Yo, what's going on, guys? Winner Kills here, and welcome to episode 99. Episode 99 before the big 100th episode of Saturday Night Locals. Here we are in round 2, continuing from the last match, which we played against Generator Runic. If you guys haven't seen that one, I'll leave a link to it up in the top right. But now we're playing against Snake Eye Fighter King. Something a little bit more meta, I guess. A little bit more maybe familiar for me, I guess. We win the die roll. You love to see it. Definitely a deck we need to win die roll against. That's just say the least. So we go ahead and special summon out the Unicorn. And Unicorn effect, and go ahead and grab the Birth. And no droll on Resolution. You love to see that. We've got that Small World in hand again. I talked about this briefly in the last episode. You know, Small World was kind of cool in the deck. I'm currently, as I'm recording this, I am not playing Small World anymore. Playing Talents over it instead. I think my hand trap lineup is 3 Ash, 3 Nib, 3 Imperm, 2 Bell, and then 2 Talents, part of the going second lineup, obviously with 3 Fenrir. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 going second cards. Something that's a little bit more comfortable. And we revealed 2 off the top for Piper. We're going to go ahead and take Terror Top there. And no locks on us right now, except for the fact that we cannot activate monster effects except wind monsters. And Small World proving to be dead right now. Extremely dead. I think the only thing... I mean, it's not dead. Like, I could technically, if I wanted to, Small World bridge into a hand trap with Terror Top. I could go, like, Terror Top into Unicorn, and then into Droll and Lockbird, which I believe is in the main deck at 2 copies. Again, my hand trap lineup in this build was weird. It was like 2 Ash, 2 Nib, 2 Droll, 1 Imperm, 1 Veiler, and like a Bell or 2. That was weird. It was weird. So I just linked for SP Little Knight. Yeah, I just linked for SP Little Knight there because, again, I'm not locked into summoning winds. I just can only activate wind effects, and obviously I can't even use SP's effect because I didn't use an extra deck monster for its summon. So I turned the Piper and the Unicorn into SP Little Knight, as I think that'll maybe prove to be a little bit better of an interruption than just leaving Unicorn and Birth up, although, you know, it's 2 interruptions over 1, right? But is SP's 1 interruption better than Unicorn and Burst interruption? I guess it depends on the deck you're playing against, which I technically don't know what I'm playing against at the start of this match. You can see the extra deck's also a little bit different too. I don't think I talked about that in the last episode. I'm playing Raptide over Juju, and I'm also playing Shen Shen, which I'm playing neither of those cards currently. I think I'm playing Doom Eagle over the Raptide, and I am playing a second Draco Sack. Yeah, so my opponent's going to go ahead and start by activating Diabell, start pitching Poplar, and here I could have used SP Little Knight to chain in response to banish the Diabell Star, but just to, like, not lose my Little Knight to the battle phase. But then again, at the same time, right, then I just get to live another turn because they get to use their battle phase.
Battle?
Yeah, so when I see him here enter battle, I'm like, you know what, that's fine. Like, that's a fair trade-off to make, right? They take out my Little Knight, I get to live another turn, right? So they're going to activate the Sanctuary of the Fire Kings. That's going to go ahead and grab the field spell from the deck. Which, I don't know how I was thinking about negating that with Baron. There's no way I negate that. Yeah, there's no way I negate that.
I'll negate.
I negate it.
Yeah.
Why did I do that? Why did I do that? I'm trying to think why I did that. I mean, maybe it's because I was like, I know he has OSS and he's going to bring out Snake Eye Ash, and I could just imperm that. And that takes care of both of its effects, right? And then puts him on have ways to play afterwards, I guess. Because he only has, like, what, 2 cards left in hand at this point? And I guess keeping him off the Fire King engine is good. I don't know. How would you rate my interaction on negating Fire King Sanctuary? I don't know. That's, I don't know. That's weird. But maybe ends up playing out all right, I guess. Like, maybe there's definitely a world where negating it's probably correct. Was this that situation? I couldn't tell you. Still don't have enough knowledge into this deck. Yeah, and they try to go battle phase. Yeah, at least I thought maybe they thought they could go battle phase again, but they already attacked again. Nice thing about Little Knight, you don't get to use it, and they go ahead and go into dark and then try to take Little Knight and banish my Baron. I was like, hold on a second. Luckily, I caught this as quickly as I did, because Little Knight is worded in such a way that it says it has to be, if it's Link summoned, you get to banish. And it's only if it's Link summoned using an extra deck monster's material. So my Baron should not be banished.
Wait, do you actually get to banish with this, though?
Yeah, it's special summon, right?
No,
This
yeah.
card is Link summon using a fusion, single Ixirs, or Link monster's material. You can target a card in the field, or in either graveyard and banish it. So I don't think
Yeah.
you do get to banish.
Yeah, you don't get to banish. So
this stays.
they just use it as a Link climb, essentially,
Yeah.
is what is important. I don't know why in the world I almost let that walk, but luckily I didn't. They get to climb into Promethean, though, and that's going to bring back Snake Eye Ash, which lets them resolve, well, gives them the opportunity to resolve the other effect, but they need to send itself and another card from hand or field, I believe, to be able to summon a Snake Eye monster from the deck. And they do decide just to send itself off, or are they going to go for a Link play here? They'll go for the Ambler Whale. And that's a card I always have to read every time it's summoned.
So 1, 2, 3.
It's gaining 200 attack for every Link in the graveyard. And then it has another effect, I believe, to destroy if something else is destroyed. So
Standby phase.
they end up just passing on that. Which, I mean, they have Ambler Whale plus Promethean Princess as sort of like interruptions. And I draw Planet for turn, which is a fantastic, fantastic, and I mean fantastic draw for turn. Especially with Terror Top. Yeah, if this card is destroyed, you can target a Link 3 lower monster in either graveyard, special summon it. And then if a Link 3 lower monster on the field is destroyed by battle or card effect while this card in your graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard, destroy one card in the field. So, and can you use both effects? You can only use each of the effects. So I just start with Baron effect to pop. And I think I'm doing this to just try to get like a fire monster off their field. And it ends up proccing a Grunix in the hand. And then they get to destroy from deck. Sort of as a result. Which kind of caught me off guard. Didn't expect them to have that in hand. Yeah, if your monster that was really fire is destroyed by battle card effect, you can special summon this card from your graveyard if it was there when the monster was destroyed, or hand, even if not. So we're going to destroy the Akiran from the deck. Yeah, if it's normal or special, you destroy fire BBW from the deck. Hand, deck or face-up field. Hand, deck, or face-up field. And then it gains the attack equal to half the attack. So it's going to gain half the attack of Kieran, which is 1,200. So it's going to put it up to 39, which is kind of beefy.
We're in main now, right?
What's up? Yeah, we're in main phase, yeah.
Yeah, we've been in main phase here, so... And I'm just reading over that. Making sure, like, does anything get its effect when it's destroyed, etc., etc. Because this says during the main phase, this card in your hand If this card's in your hand, you can destroy one other face-up fire monster in your hand or field. And if you do, special summon this card. If this card is destroyed instead of the graveyard, you can special summon a Fire King monster from your hand or graveyard. Having a stroke there trying to read that. My apologies.
Birth effects.
So I decided to go ahead and use Birth. And I'm really just trying to bait out the Promethean. That's really all I'm trying to do. And of course, he still has the other effect of Ambler Whale.
Sure.
Engrave.
Destroys them, right?
So he's going to use Promethean to destroy Garunix and Unicorn. And
anything else on res?
yeah, nothing else on res is what I love to hear. So I just go ahead and normal summon Terror Top and resolve the effect. Yeah, so now the only interruption I have to worry about is
Special.
me destroying Promethean, which would proc Ambler Whale Engrave. Which hopefully I realize that at the point in the duel. So I go ahead and resolve Tekatomborg to go ahead and bring out the Duke. And this is where it'd be so nice if Raptite could just use its effect on your turn. But it can't. It's only during the opponent's turn. So it's not like I can just summon it, snipe out something from my opponent's grave, and then link climb into Baron like I'm doing now. So I have to settle for the Charge Warrior, draw 1, and then excavate 2, which I find a Bell, which is pretty damn good. But unfortunately, Ambler Whale does not banish for effect. It banishes for cost. So I cannot Bell that. And I thought I wanted Droll, but I was like, you know what? Bell probably just makes a lot more sense against this deck. And we synchro into the second Baron. Just like that. And we go Baron effect to pop.
What to do?
And I kind of just play into the Ambler Whale, I guess. Which I want to read Baron's effect here exactly. Because I use the pop effect. Once per turn, you can target one card in the field, destroy it. Yeah, that is a once per copy effect. So I could use that again. So Baron burns his negate there. Which I was like, fair enough, I can just tag one out.
But it's gaining 100 from that.
Yeah, so we can go battle phase here and attack for 39 and 39. Puts him down to 200.
Yeah. Make the rank 10 and then...
Yeah, I wish I could make Gustav Max right here.
I'm win locked anyways.
Gustav Max right there for game would be epic, but yeah, obviously we're win locked, like I said. Yeah, this is where I wish there was like... I mean, it's hard to beat Baron, honestly.
Yep. Anything standby?
Yeah, so I'm asking anything standby phase here.
Target will be...
I thought about targeting Piper for an Excavate 1, but that seems really greedy, so I just bring out Unicorn. And now I've got Unicorn Interruption plus Birth Interruption live, and I have Bell in hand. The other Baron is just kind of chilling on my field. It is what it is. So he starts with OSS, which I was like, all right, this gives me...
Search a level 1 fire, and then put this in the bottom.
Yeah. I thought about belling it.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I know most decks play the second Promethean. I was like, maybe I want to hold the Bell for that. And I'm reading Birth because I was like, wait a second. I can Birth here now. They're letting me Birth.
On res.
So obviously they had Snake Eye Ash. And on res, I'm like, yeah, let me see that. Let me see that graveyard. Obviously, we're getting rid of Promethean, 100%. I get rid of Snake Eye Ash because that card's really good, right? Like, that's just the philosophy behind that. And I'm reading both of those, see if they have graveyard effects. And Garunix does, so I get that out of the graveyard. Again, I think I've said this before. I'm very, like, still... I'm not super in tune with the Yu-Gi-Oh! Meta. I'm trying to get back into it. So, my understanding of certain decks right now is a little fuzzy. This is still one of those decks. I'm trying to get better understanding of how to play against it. Yeah, so... Popular 1, Unicorn 2 here. Obviously, I want to use this Unicorn as soon as possible, so I take a look at the extra deck here and what to get rid of. What I failed to realize was that, like, the whole, what is it? Raging Phoenix and Zelantis line as like a good OTK line. So I could have potentially gotten rid of one of those two cards, probably the Raging Phoenix, then be able to bell the second Promethean. Have like both those things covered, like turn off the Promethean, turn off the Zelantis line and Raging Phoenix. So I kind of missed both those things. I was like, I'll get rid of SP Little Knight. Card's really good. You can make like a Link Rebo, and then you can link into that. And then from there, not really sure what he gets. But I was like, SP Little Knight's good. Let's get rid of SP Little Knight. And I also know somebody asked to see a video potentially of like some ways to counteract the Fire King Snake Eye deck. And it's really just like, I think Nib is a big card against the deck, 100%. Big time. Bell is very good. I think going second into the deck, having something like Evenly Matched is also really, really strong. If you can help it. D-Shifter's crazy. DD Crow's not bad. Soul Release is good, but loses to Anti-Spell.
No.
So they go ahead and activate Divine Temple, and they're going to go ahead and send the Flamber's Dragon to the Spell and Trap Zone. And they're thinking about what to do here. How to out the board, if you will. That really isn't a board. The Baron I have has already expended its negate.
And what's that do?
It distributes itself in a face-up monster I control.
Face-up card.
And then I special summon a Snake Eyes from the deck.
Yeah, so they're going to go ahead and send off itself, and Flamber's go ahead and bring out a Snake Eye monster from the deck. I think they go for Oak.
We're going to go popular, or Chainlink 1 Flamberge, Chainlink 2 Oak. Oak will target the Ash.
Yeah.
And they cannot resolve the Flamberge, actually, because they don't have 2 level 1s engraved. So I think they're just resolving Oak.
Yeah, second part of that. So. Can I even...
Yeah.
I can't even think it's only going to be Oak Chainlink 1.
Yeah, so...
To revive? Yeah, that's
I technically could have belled that, honestly. And I don't know where that even leaves them. That honestly could have just been killer, now that I think about it, because they have, what, I think 1 card left in hand? I think they have 1 card. See, I'm not even sure.
Popular spell stuff?
Yep.
That could have been it, honestly. That could have been a very heads-up bell right there. So he'll spell trap the Poplar, and then link off Link Rebo and Oak. And this is why I wanted to get rid of the SP Little Knight, because again, I know how easy this deck just makes Link Rebo for free all day. So I was like, you can get very easy access to Little Knight, which like really just destroys my board. And then if it gets into circulation, it's going to be very hard to deal with since I don't have my own Little Knight. If he gets rid of Birth right now, that's huge. Like, so I'm trying to really just protect Birth. That's the other thing. At all costs. So I guess that's why another reason why I got rid of the Little Knight. So he's got Ash, got Oak, got Link Rebo. And I think they just go straight for the Promethean.
To revive one from grave?
Which I think I bell here.
Does it target?
No.
I'll chain Bell.
So we chain bell there, and I'm hoping in my mind that this might just be the end of his turn, but he does have a Kieran in hand, which can quick effect pop, special summon itself. But he does not have a Grunix engraved to bring back out here, so that Birth earlier in the turn, coming in clutch to get rid of that. And then he goes for the Raging Phoenix, and then links that off into Zelantis, and this is a huge, huge misplay.
Yep.
Just resolving the Zelantis here, which banishes everything, and then everything comes right back. So I get... Baron has its negate now. That's the thing. Baron has its negate. Obviously, Zelantis is trying to make it so he can trigger his field spell since I summon a monster.
You mean Promethean?
So we're trying to figure out what chain links are going on here.
I'm confused.
And my opponent is asking me how that works. I'm like, I don't really know how to play this deck, so... Yeah, so I think it's just...
So what's Chainlink 1?
This has got to be...
This has got to be Chainlink 1.
Yeah.
In order to get to the field, then this will target this. And
I think how it should happen, it should be just Chainlink 1 Divine Temple, and then on a new chain, Promethean. I think that's how that works. I think it would happen on a new chain. Because the monster doesn't get special summon until Divine Temple resolves.
Well, it left the field and came back. Yeah.
But either way, I'm negating Promethean. Regardless.
Okay, on a new chain, this will come back.
Yeah.
That's up half of it, right?
And I need to read Raging Phoenix.
350.
Yeah. Thank God I pick it up here. In face of fire monster you control is destroyed by battle card effect from this card is in your graveyard. You can target one of those monsters. Yeah. Yeah, so nothing was destroyed.
How did that get destroyed?
Oh, no, it negated, so nothing.
Yeah, nothing got destroyed.
Yeah. I'm glad I didn't just say yeah, okay to everything there. Yeah, I mean, Baron leaves the field. It comes back. It has its interruption back, because Baron says, once while face up on the field, when a card or effect is activated, quick effect, you negate the activation, you destroy that card. So it was face up on the field. It used its negate. It never left. It left the field and came back. Now it is a new card, essentially. It is a new Baron, just Yu-Gi-Oh! Jargon, and it can get its negate back. That's why SP Little Knight with Baron, as I think I mentioned there at the tail end of that clip, SP Little Knight and Baron is a really, really good combo to have, because you can use your Baron negate, and then SP tag out itself and Baron, and then during the end phase you get your Baron back, and your Little Knight obviously, but Baron has its negate again. Very, very broken interaction. So just let that be known. For any Speed Cash players or any person who's playing SP Little Knight, who's playing Baron, whatever it may be, right? Very applicable to a lot of people. So we go to game 2, and my only opening interruption going second card is just Cosmic Cyclone, which isn't a bad one, because it hits Fire King Island at least, which can blow up their entire field, and definitely puts a little bit of a wrench in their plans. So, and obviously I could still top deck anything like Imperm or Shifter, which would be really good, which, spoiler alert, that may or may not happen. But they open a very weird hand. They go Diabell, pitch Wanted, set OSS, immediately activate the OSS. That's probably how you, at least a telltale sign of how weak their hand is, if they just go right into OSS and then activate it immediately. They use it to grab Ponix here. Ponix will grab the Sanctuary. I'm like, okay, now my Cosmic is going to be online at least to hit the thing I want to hit. So they activate that, and then they drew the field spell, so they just play the field spell from the hand, and then activate Wanted Engraved to go ahead and put back the OSS to draw one. Yeah, just making sure it's on the bottom there. Draw one. And their hand must have been really bad. But then again, I don't know much about this deck. At least the intricate combo lines. Which I probably should learn that. And I will. So they pop the Ponix. That adds Garunix effect on a new chain. Destroy from deck. And I've seen all the hype videos. I've seen all the, you know, oh my god, this deck's crazy. One card, 8 layered interruptions, right, off of Snake Eye Ash. And that's kind of what I'm expecting right now. I'm expecting full-on Giga combo to happen. Tier 0 engine. Right, you've all heard it at this point. I'm expecting that. So go Snake Eye Ash effect, sending itself and the spell. And I just wanted to pick up and read to make sure it can send any face-up card, but it can. They bring out Oak. Oak brings back out the Ash. And then Oak effect tributing 2. Itself an Ash. And this will probably bring out the Flamber's Dragon, I anticipate. Right? It's going to be the Flamber's Dragon, right? Yeah. Bring out Flamber's, and they can link that off, and then bring out 2 more guys, and yeah, etc., etc. So they link off that and the Garunix. And they go in for Sunlight Wolf. They don't use Flamber's effect, which Flamber's is supposed to bring back 2 when it hits the grave, right? But they just go for the Link Rubo play to add back I think they added back Ash. I gotta read Flamber's Dragon. If this card is sent from the hand or field to the graveyard, you can special summon 2 level 1 fire monsters from your graveyard. So yeah, they just didn't use that. And they go for Heat Soul. Pay 1,000 draw. Yeah, so this is where I'm really confused. Rightfully so, right? I'm expecting 8 layered interruptions, and I get hit with a Heat Soul set 1 pass. I think maybe they just forgot the effect of Flamberge. They accidentally drop a Kieran in hand there. It happens. I've definitely fumbled cards a time or two. But, yeah, I think they just quickly forgot Flamberge effect. I think they kind of tunnel vision too much on just getting the effect of Sunday Wolf to add back there. I mean, they got follow-up back. They get another draw on my turn. But, is it going to be enough? Right? Is it going to be enough? And they are thinking on whether or not they want to keep extending. And they pass turn. And we draw Shifter as the 6, like I said. Sometimes Shifter as the 6 is not great. But other times it can be kind of decent, especially when it means like your opponent's end board needs like to interact with the graveyard during to like make the end board like really good. And then on top of that, like it lasts for 2 turns for some reason, so they got to play through trying to break my board while under Shifter too. I'm becoming the very thing I swore to destroy. And it was Crossout designator of all things, so I changed Shifter to the Crossout. I was gonna just hold it until the last possible second, the Shifter that is. Just because I was like, I might as well let him commit stuff, right? And they call Triple Tactics talent, which is fair. And then Planet off the top. Well, not off the top, technically, but Planet. Go ahead and grab Fenrir. I thought I might want Unicorn here, but I grabbed Fenrir. I'm not sure why.
Activate effects.
I think it's probably just going to apply a little bit more pressure here. So we grab the Fenrir. Fenrir grabs the Unicorn. And we got Terror Top, double Decatomborg in hand.
Terror Top, activate effects.
That's going to go ahead and resolve here. So I can really just set up a Fenrir Baron really, really easily. That's really all I'm trying to do. But I also have to be careful because if I use Car Turbo, I cannot use Fenrir's effect.
Effect of spec.
So I do go for that.
Spec. Activate effect.
Yeah, just trying to get the bigger Piper Excavate here.
Is that a tuner?
This guy, yeah.
Yeah, so we go ahead and bring out Piper here.
Piper effect for 2.
Piper effect for 2. And what do we reveal here? We reveal Helicopter and another Shifter. We're definitely not taking another Shifter. So we take the Helicopter. And we go ahead and Synchro 6 for Stardust Charge. I could go for Juju, but I go for Charge Warrior. Draw into Nibiru. That's pretty good follow-up as well, at least for the opponent's crackback, if you will. Like I said, I could have gone Juju, sent like the Heat Soul, and then gone Baron, pop the field spell.
Baron effect destroy.
Yeah, so yeah, so they activate the effect of the field spell. I really hope I don't use Fenrir here. I am wind effect locked for the rest of the turn. Yeah, so Heat Soul is gonna get destroyed.
Temporarily main. Battle phase. Attack for 20.
Yeah, and they just go ahead and attack.
And
attack.
For 32.
I mean, we shouldn't know they have Kieran in hand, but they do have Kieran in hand. Maybe they don't have a fire to pop. They could have popped Heat Soul. They also have Garunix engrave.
Yeah.
And they didn't use the Garunix there either.
Sure.
So maybe they were afraid of Fenrir. Maybe that's it. But I couldn't even use Fenrir. So yeah, I'm not sure. That's weird. That's weird, guys. That's weird. So they're going to go ahead and play Divine Temple. That's going to go ahead and spell and trap the Snake Eye Ash. But they're also under Shifter still. So they're under Shifter. I've got Baron, I've got Fenrir, I've got Nib. And I have Unicorn, Tether Wolf, and another Tekka Morgan hand for a follow-up, which is like the perfect amount of follow-up I could have asked for. So they go Kieran, pop Kieran. And now they're going to go ahead and use Garunix.
And when he's summoned, you can destroy one from deck?
Deck, field your hand.
And that's it, right?
Yeah. And he gains the attack of what he destroys.
Yeah, and I wanted to read Kieran's other effect. Yeah, this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard. You can special summon one Fire King monster from your hand or graveyard. Yeah. Except itself, then destroy a card in the field. So that effect is completely turned off.
You're destroying that one? On res, I'll go Fenrir effect.
So they destroy the Kieran they had on field. And then Fenrir on res gets rid of the Garunix. And then they try to OSS. They can't OSS because that's got to send to the graveyard. And yeah. Things are spiraling out of control here. They admit defeat, and we take the dub.
Sorry, man.
Now, admittedly, I think if my opponent had a little bit more testing and practice with their Snake Eye deck, maybe I would have lost game 2. Like I said, I think they fumbled somewhere with the combo line, but it happens, right? Last but not least, a big shout out goes to our current Divine level channel members who are Pony Star, Cadillac Green, H.A. Cyber, Misfid, and Robin's Assistant. You guys rock. Appreciate all your continued and very generous support of the channel. And yeah, thank you guys again very, very much.